This is Carl the Cobra Frutch, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. We're here at the Peacock's Gym in London. I'd like to be joined by a guy that I've been interviewing now for many, many years, Mr. Denzel Bentley, Too Sharp Denzel Bentley, two-time British champion. Denzel, how you doing, mate?
I'm all good, thanks, man. I think you might have been one of the first, if not the first, boxing media outlet to interview me, so I appreciate you always, man.
I appreciate you always giving us your time. Just give us an update. I mean, what's going on with you? I've read a few things on social media about Nathan Heaney.
Yeah.
Obviously, people talk about the Hamzah-Sheeraz fight. So, what's going on with you at the moment, Denzel?
Yeah, no, November 18th, I'll be out there. Heaney, waiting for a few things, should be announced soon. So, waiting for a few little things to be finalised, and we're all good to go. But November 18th, regardless, I'm out, Manchester.
So, how confident are we that it's going to be Nathan Heaney next?
Yeah, about 99%. 99% sure.
Okay, Manchester, AO Arena?
MEN Arena, I think it is.
Call it AO Arena now.
Oh, is that what it's called? Ah, cool. I need to. Yeah, sorry, I'm a London boy, man. I don't keep up with what's going on outside, but yeah, AO Arena.
Okay, so London versus Stoke in Manchester. It's kind of like a cup tie. Nathan Heaney, thoughts on him as a fighter, and what type of a challenge you think he brings on fight night?
You know what? I think he's a good fighter. I mean, he showed that in his last fight against Jack Flatley. Do you know what I mean? I think everyone thought, oh, he's finally fighting someone that's going to come and win now, he's going to lose. And he showed a bit of skill there. He showed a bit of skill. He made Flatley fall short. He made him struggle, frustrated him. So I think he's a decent fighter, man. And I think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. I think he's tougher than a lot of people think he is. And yeah, I think we're in for a good fight, man. I think we're in for a good night.
Yeah, and he also brings a huge crowd with him, with his YY Delilah theme tune at the beginning. But was the preferred option always to go straight into a British domestic fight, or were you hoping to sort of stay at world level, especially coming off the back of a world title challenge against Janibek?
Yeah, I mean, when I came up from the world title challenge, I fought Kieran Smith for the British title. So I mean, I'm still the British champion, so I guess I've got an obligation to fulfill. I've got to keep defending the belt and keep the division moving around. So I mean, I am hoping to get back to world level, but I mean, if there's nothing there for me right now, then I've got to keep busy. And this is a nice fight. This isn't a keep busy fight. This is actually a challenge. I'm defending my title. It's a championship fight. So I'm not really bothered. I'm happy with it as long as I'm busy. But next year I want to go into some fights that are going to move me towards a world title fight, if not a world title.
There's obviously a lot of talk about a potential fight with Hamzah-Sheeraz, which is another great British domestic fight. Hamzah fought in Poland on the Usyk Dubois card. You'll obviously fight Nathan Heaney next, fingers crossed. So at what point does that fight expect to happen? And is that a fight that's easy to make, Denzel, or has there been a few complications?
I mean, on my side, let's go with it. On this side, he's talking about trajectories and how he's moving, and he's got a route and all of that plan. I mean, they've obviously got a plan for him to get to a world title shot. So do your thing, man. But yeah, I mean, on my side, I'm good to go. You know me, ready. I mean, there isn't a fight I've turned down on whatever notice. So I'm game. I mean, I hope we do fight soon. I hope we do get to fight. I think it'll be a good fight, man, and I'm looking forward to it if and when we do.
Yeah, no London clash. Hopefully at the O2, sells out the O2. It's a great fight, and hopefully it does happen at some point. A guy that you fought to win the British title the second time, Linus Udofia takes on Kieran Conway in a few weeks' time, which is another great British domestic fight. Kieran Conway is a good fighter. Linus Udofia is a very good fighter as well. What's your prediction for that fight, Denzel?
I got Linus winning that. I think Linus is a quality fighter. I mean, his movement, his punch selection. Linus is a good fighter. I think he hasn't got to show it yet. The chance he had to show it against me, of course, came against me and fell short. But I think he did show a lot in that fight. He's been up here in camp with us, sparring with me and the boys. So yeah, and he's coming on well, man. He's in great shape. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Kieran Conway's camp or what shape he's in, but I can only speak from this side because, I've been doing rounds with Linus in the ring. We've been sparring a lot, so yeah, he's in great shape, man, and I think he should win. I think he can definitely win on points, but if he can push for that stoppage, it'll be a good statement. But ultimately, I think Linus wins that fight.
You've ruled the British domestic scene twice, and there's a lot of talk about a fight between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. A lot of people are saying that Chris Eubank Jr. is the number one in the British domestic scene. Would you sort of argue against that, seeing as you've won the British title twice? You're probably ranked higher than any other British fighter right now in your division. And is that something that you are looking at a fight with Chris Eubank Jr., even maybe Conor Benn? And if you are looking at Chris Eubank Jr., how easy is that fight to make on your side?
I mean, I think people saying him being the number one and stuff, obviously he came off a good win off the back of Liam Smith, and obviously like he's just more well known. So the fact that he's more well known, people are obviously going to say he's this and that. But I mean, I'd argue and say I'm number one in the division. I'll fight anyone ranked above me. Because I just don't believe they should be ranked above me, domestically anyway. And it's an easy fight to make on my side because the answer for me is yes, I'll take it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, on his side, he'll probably be thinking, who is this guy? Is it worth it? All these questions to make the fight not make sense. But listen, he says he's chasing, world title glory, but then he goes after he's fighting, calls out Conor Benn, Kell Brook, who's retired. Conor Benn, who's a welterweight, Kell Brook, who's retired, and Golovkin, who hasn't got any world championship belts and is 41 and looking for a farewell fight. So I don't know whether that's what trajectory he's on. He's obviously looking for big money fights, but on my side, Eubank Jr. is definitely a fight I'd take like in a heartbeat. I mean, I wouldn't even think about it.
I saw you on the punditry team for TNT Sports last Saturday night, Joe Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah.
Not the result many people were hoping for. Zhilei Zhang stopping Joe Joyce in round 3. What do you think the problem was with Joe Joyce, and more importantly, what do you think he does next in his career, coming off the back of 2 defeats to Zhang?
I think Joe Joyce made a big mistake when he decided to put on that extra 2 stone. I mean, he went in there with the idea that the more weight he puts on, the more punches he can soak up and walk through Zhang and tire him out. I mean, he should have been working on his defence all camp because his defence was poor in the first fight and it was even worse this fight. I mean, he should have worked on keeping his hands tight, catching the punches. If you looked at Zhang looked so comfortable. He's catching the punches on the gloves and the elbows. He looked so comfortable. Like he didn't look like he didn't look like he was threatened in any way. But I think Joe Joyce probably had a lot going on, a lot of demons to battle, thinking, oh, if he hits me, he can hurt me. So he was probably a bit wary to get hit. And yeah, man, he just listen. It was a very poor performance from Joe Joyce, but it was an excellent performance from Zhang. So you can't take that away from Zhang.
One final one before I let you go. Tomorrow night, Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo going, yeah, you didn't know that, did you, Denzel? He goes up in 2 weights, which could play against him or could play for him. But what does he need to do to beat Canelo and take the 168 crown?
I just think he needs to be clinical with his jab. I mean, Canelo just puts his hands up and walks you down, tries to pressure you nowadays. I mean, the old Canelo with that amazing lateral movement, I think that Canelo's gone. The Canelo we have now is the Canelo that likes to kind of bully you, wear you down, puts his hands up, throws these shots, and when he gets close, he lets his hands go in combination. So I think Charlo needs to be very precise with his jab. He needs to be on point with his jab. He needs to be pinging his jab and moving, and every now and then drop a backhand in, go to the body. But I think he needs to be circling around the ring and not being caught going backwards, getting stuck on the ropes like we saw him against Castano in the first fight a little bit. I think he just needs to not try too hard to hurt Canelo. Just box him, and I think he'll be all right. But Charlo, that's not his style. I mean, he's going to go there for a fight, and I think Canelo wins it.
All right, top man. Well, Denzel, we look forward to hearing the next announcement, which hopefully is the Nathan Heaney fight. But yeah, really appreciate your time. Best of luck throughout the rest of camp, and thank you very much again for your time.
Nice one, thanks.